Hi there, it's Karen here. Welcome back. And I must say as well, a special welcome to any new subscribers that I have. I often forget to welcome you separately, but the numbers have been going up and it's lovely, and I really thank you for joining me and subscribing and hopefully enjoying what you find. So today it's my Friday video, and up until now I've been doing either working in my to-do box or my idea box on a Friday, but I think I really want to start another journal. I've got my Owls and Fairies one on its way. I've made a start on that. This one has been waiting to be started for months and months, and I really felt it was time to get started on it, otherwise I'll never get to it. I've always quite liked to have two journals on the go at the same time, and also two very contrasting journals, I would say, which this one will be, very contrasting to the other one. And I really enjoy that. I enjoy the jumping between the two, having different types of ephemera to make and different types of decorating to do and things like that. I like that. So we're going to start on this one. I'm calling it my Literary Ladies journal because it's combining two kits, as I always do, at least two usually. This one is, they're both massive kits as well, which doesn't make life easier to choose papers and things like that. So this is the RachandBella Crafts kit, the Billet Doux Love Letter kit, and there are multiple. There's the journal pages kit, there's the background pages kit, there's an ephemera kit, and an add-on kit. So there's a whole load of things to use here. So I have done some choosing of some of the journal pages, so I'm not using everything that's in here because I can't, not to get two kits together. So that's this one, and the other one is the Medieval Mirage Antique Letters, Ladies and Ledgers, I think it's called. I've got it written on my little folder here. Antique Letters, Letters, Ledger and Ladies. It was one of those three words, but I don't always get them in the right order. And that's these. And what I've done to mix them up a bit, I've used a lot of the backing papers on. I've mixed and matched the backing papers so that there'll be some of the RachandBella Crafts backing papers on these pages, and some of the Medieval Mirage backing papers on these pages. So I thought I'd show you what I've picked up. They're not all going to be used. I've just pulled out a few that I think I like, and then I'm going to try and make some decisions on that today. So that's this, and then we'll decide how big the journal needs to be. I'm thinking I'd quite like to do a single signature journal, but with about 20 pages. But if it comes to it, I'll split it into two signatures to make it fit better. And I have already got the cover because I think I may have shown you this when I came back from my retreat. One of the ladies at the retreat, I believe it was Kerry Lynn, had cut up a beautiful quilt for everybody. She'd offered it before we went. Does anybody want a piece? And I think a lot of us said yes, please. So this was the piece I got. And it's gorgeous, and it fits so beautifully with these kits. It's got the pinks and the blues and the greens, and those colours are in both of the kits. There's more of the blues and greens in the RachandBella Crafts kit, but there is some green in the other one as well. And there's some bits of blue. There are some bits in both kits, and quite a lot of pink. So I thought this was a perfect cover. And initially, and it's been lined, so we've got this inside it. And when I was thinking about it, I was thinking, well, I really like this side, but it would be upside down if I had that as my front. This bit, I just felt this was like we've got an upside down butterfly here. So I thought, well, no, I've got to have it this way round, and so that means I'll have to cut a lump off. That was my first thought. And then I thought, well, maybe I won't. Maybe what I'll do, what I think I'd like to do, is have it as a bit of a wraparound. I'm not quite sure how much I'll have to wrap around. And I will obviously have to edge this piece and all around the top. Luckily, this end has been beautifully edged, so I'll just have to edge all the other pieces, this edge and the top. So I'll probably do it with either some fabric or some lace. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet because I'm no expert sewer, of course. But I thought we'll figure that out as we go along. And hopefully I'll be able to wrap this around. And it'll be a beautiful, soft, squidgy journal because it's all just fabric, the cover. I am thinking I might put quite a bit of lace and trims and stuff on the cover over the top of this, which means there might be some sewing on the inside. So whether I do another layer or cover it up in some way inside, I'm not sure. I don't want to, but I may have to. I don't know yet. So shall we just have a look at these papers and then we'll see if we can put the signatures kind of roughly together. There will probably be more things added. There were some things I couldn't quite find before I came in. I've already spent quite a long time printing on the back of all these papers, even though I won't be using them all, just I've got options. So the afternoon is wearing on. I thought I really need to get started. Oh, one more small thing before I start. I don't know if you can see, but my hands are I've got lots of red bits and I have washed them very thoroughly. I've got red on my nails. And the reason for that is nothing to do with my craft room. This morning, my husband and my granddaughter did a colour run together. And if you don't know what that is, it was actually a 5K run, which is, for a 7-year-old, is a fair old way. But she's such a strong little, very good walker, and she's got lots of energy. So she did it with him. And a colour run is when people throw coloured powder, which is like paint powder, over the runners as they go by. And we were able to buy a bag to throw over as well, and the bags the only ones we had the option of were red powder. So I was kind of flinging it, and I was getting as much on me as I was on the runners. But it's that sort of stuff. It just brushes off. It doesn't cling really. So it was all fine. It's not the sort of stuff that that's going to stain anything or anything like that. But when they all came over the line, they were all covered in, and they had lots of. The organisers had lots of other colours as well. So there was green, I think there was yellow, there was blue, there was, the whole 2 or 3 different colours, as well as the reds that we all had. So Richard and Alyssa ran the whole thing together, of course, and they did really well. And she did amazingly well. She's never done anything like that before. He's been wanting to do a little run with her for a while. And when this came up, he thought, well, this sounds like a fun thing to do. And it was just local, just a locally run thing for I think they're probably collecting for charity. And it was such good fun. And I think she really enjoyed it. She got covered in paint, and then she gets a medal when she goes over the finish line, and a little goodie bag. And she did ever so well. We were so proud of her. It was a fun morning. But I have still got the only place that seems to have got stained in my hands. So that explains. If you think, oh gosh, what's she been doing? That will be it. Right, so this is the billet doux kit. This is from RachandBella Craft. So that's a really, there's quite a lot of collagey type papers in this kit. And on the back, I didn't spot that. This is obviously, I've printed it, but my ink must have been running out, so I don't know whether I'll be able to use this, but I might be able to use some of it. So that kind of makes that decision about this one, doesn't it? This is also, I believe, this is from the. I'm not quite sure which one this is from. Whether it's one from one or the other. It looks like it could belong to either kit, so I'm not sure. It could be the Medieval Mirage or it could be the Billet Doux, but it's got that on the back, which is from Medieval Mirage. This is definitely a billet doux. Got the French, kind of a French theme going on, and that on the back. And this one as well, with this on the back. This is a lovely page. I really like her. So the idea of this kit was that it's to do with writing love letters. So there's lots of writing themes in it, but also there's letters, people writing letters in the other kit, which is why I brought the two together. I love this page. I think that's a lovely collagey page. And that's just got a very pale, you may not even be able to tell, it's like a very pale pink, slightly distressed pink on the background. I thought sometimes you just need a plainer page. Another favourite, I love this one. And that's got some medieval Mirage paper on the back. And this one as well is a really lovely one. And it's got that on the back. Now we're into the medieval Mirage papers. There's lots of pink roses in this kit which appear through, and I think that ties the two together somewhat. And some gorgeous lacy background on that one. And I love all the bits of script on her kits. I really like that. And this is one of her backgrounds. And there's this one. And this is a RachandBella background. So I'm mixing them up. And you see there's that colour, that blue. See? Picks up on there. So that's in this kit as well. And this is the RachandBella Crafts, one of their papers. Some scripty page, which I really like. This is a bit more distressed looking, a bit washed out looking. So it's quite nice to have a page that's from RachandBella. A page that's a little bit less busy. That's a really pretty one. More medieval Mirage. You can tell the medieval Mirage because you get the slightly more grungy look, I suppose, a bit more distressed. I'm hoping they will marry up well together. I like this one very much, and that's got a bit of the green. And then there's this one. It's got a really pretty background, little polka dot, a bit distressed. And this one, some paper from RachandBella, some love letters. So I definitely won't be using all of these because I think I've got quite a lot of these ones printed off, these medieval Mirage papers, because I couldn't stop. And I love all the backgrounds, so I don't know, I feel like I should be able to use a lot of these. I don't know whether one signature is going to be enough. And I've got this one. So let's have a quick look. So if we're aiming for about 20 pages, let's say, so say we're going to have maybe seven from each kit. Oh no, that's going to be hard, isn't it, to choose? Well, that's that kit. So if I'm going to do 7 from each kit, that's 14 papers of digitals, and then the rest will be made up of other papers, some ephemera, some book pages and bits and pieces I've also pulled out, just so that we've got a bit of variety. And it's not all digitals, although it's going to be hard to decide. So, and it may be down to which backgrounds I like as well. So I do like this one, and I love this background. So this one is, right, we're definitely I'm going to go with that one, I think. I also really like this one. So that's 2. Not sure about that one. I do like this because there's letters and things, so I think I might go with that, and I like the blue. This one, not too fussed. I love the background, but I'm not sure about that, so I'll put that aside. Now, I've got a few of these these ones with the, I know there's one in here that I really like, that one. A bit scrunched when it went through the printer. So this might be the one that I have. That's got the letters, you see, I love that. So I've got the letters there. I've got the pen here, so I think that's a good one. How am I doing? 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 5. So 2 more to choose. I'll put that aside. So I've got this one, this one, that one, and this one. Maybe not that one. I do like maybe these 2. that one, and that one maybe. Let's try those. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think they're a good mix of some that are a bit more busy, some that are a little bit simpler, haven't got any images on them at all, and some that have. And then I've got a few more here if I decide to either split and have an extra, split it into 2 signatures, or if I want to change any of these out, change my mind. So I've got 7 of those. Okay, now let's have a look at it. It won't be so hard with the other kit because I haven't got so many of these. This one we've already said is not going to be usable because of the purple edge, which will not go. So then we've got this one. It's a bit unusual because it's got these birds on it, which is kind of doesn't go with anything else, but I just think it's so pretty with the pink roses and things. So I think there's that one. So there's a few that I know I definitely want. I definitely want her, and I definitely want these 2 and get hold of them. So that's 4. Then we'll have a look at them. So I've got 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's all of them because I'd only got 8 printed by the looks of it. So that's going to be my 7. So we'll have a look. So there's this one, this one, this one. So a lot of them don't have images of ladies on them. I may have another look and see if there's any more. How many was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So that's those. So we may have chosen our journal papers, which is a start. And I'll put that over here, over this side, over here. Then I pulled out just a selection of other potential pages. So I found this in my old encyclopedias that I have, and they look like love letters, or I think maybe Valentine's cards, but I thought she's posting. I know it's a different era, but I just thought the colours were quite good with the kit, or both kits, and the theme of writing a love card or love letter worked quite well. So I thought, well, I could hinge that with something. I thought perhaps I could hinge it with this piece of Florentine paper. So I'm thinking I might put those together. Something like that. Cut that down. I'll come back to that, see what the size I need. So that's one piece. I've got some Italian book page from Roxy Creations, which I thought I might use. I've got a couple of pieces of straw paper, the blue and the kind of buff vanilla-y colour. I don't know what colour you'd call it, ecru. So I may use one or both, not sure. Got some music paper, coffee dyed paper, and avocado dyed paper, and a big piece of ephemera, which I don't know if I'm going to use now because I've got plenty of other things. So we needed another 6 pages, didn't we? If we're going to stick to this 20-page kit idea. So that's 1, 2, 3. Let's go with the blue. 4, 5, 6. So we've got those. So we can put these pieces aside now. We're not going to use those, but they could easily be used for ephemera making. So that's those. Yep. And I have here all the ephemera that I've been making over the past quite a little while. I've made, some of them I've pulled out of my ready-made stash because the colours worked, so I've got quite a few pieces of ephemera here. I've also got all the ephemera printed out but nothing cut up yet, so I've got pockets, I've got tags, you see, and I've got lots, I mean I have got quite a lot of it actually cut out here, more than I realised. I've got a few here, so we might have a look and see what we have got. So that's those from the RachandBella Crafts kit, and there's a few bits that I've got to make some ephemera with. I've got bits of masterboard and some tags and things that are ready made. So I've got a whole bunch of things I can still make stuff with, because I don't think there's enough in here. I might have to go through this and see what we need to make. And then of course once we're making some more things for it, I will be dipping in my to-do box to do that with. Getting some ideas if I need more pockets from my idea box. So those things will come into play again when we're making things. So I think for today, let's just, how are we doing for time? Let's start to put those signatures together. So I've got that set, and when I say those signatures, I mean that signature. I really feel with that cover, I don't want it to be huge. I feel like I want it to be nice and full, but I think I don't want it to be enormous because it just won't contain it. I do want that cover to contain the journal. So I'm just going to try and decide which page do I want first. I'm actually quite drawn to this one because the idea of reading and writing letters, this lady is actually reading a book, and I like that idea. And there's letters, I think she's reading a book, looks like a book, and there's book here and there's letters, so it kind of encapsulates all of the theme of this journal. So I think we'll just do alternate pages. And I expect I will move things around as things don't necessarily go together. I'm just going to pop them in as they are now. I suppose I should be thinking about a middle page as well. Maybe I'll put that butterfly, not butterfly one. Maybe this would be a nice central page because it's a bit different to everything else, and I can fold that over like that. And that can go in the middle. And now once we get the pages folded, we can see how the cover will fit. So got that. Now I need one of these. Okay, I think we're okay with that. Now I'll probably have to do a bit of trimming to get these, because I shan't want it to travel too much, this journal. Some of them I don't mind if it's all a bit higgledy-piggledy sticking out, but I think I might like this one to be more lined up. So let's see, I know I haven't put the extra pages in, but let's see how it goes, how the cover fits around these. See if we have got room to wrap it around or not. So if it goes in like that, and it's very tall actually. Ooh, I'm wondering actually what I think I'm going to have to do. If I bring that down, I'm going to have to cut a piece across the top, I think. But I can probably use that to make a belly band or something. But yeah, I will have to do something across the top here, which is a bit scary. Okay, so if I wrap it round like that, yes, then I've got plenty more to wrap around, and with a bit of give in it to wrap there, and then you get that lovely butterfly. And I wanted this piece on the front anyway, so I'm really pleased with that. I will probably just trim here a little bit just to straighten it, and then I'll edge it with something. I don't know what yet, but I've got options. So yeah, I'm going to have to be brave and cut across the top here somewhere. Bring it down a bit more, maybe just above here. So I will do that off camera, I think, but I just wanted to see how it would all fit, and I think it'll fit fine. Let's just add those final pieces in. So these are going to need to be hinged, so I'll do that. I might do that in a minute. Right, so I've got my old Italian book page to go in somewhere. Where are we going to put it? Don't know, maybe in here. This will also need trimming down, I think. So there. I know it's Italian and not French, but maybe I'll see if I've got any French papers that would go in instead. Don't know. I'm wondering about my. Ooh, I might put this piece of avocado dyed paper in here. And there. I needed a bit of colour. So I've got those. Need anything in there? Could put a book page. I'm just folding them in half at the moment. I might still do something else with them. Just keeping it simple at the moment, I think. Like that. Just want to see if there's somewhere obvious to put the blue paper. There's a lot of pink. I think I could put the blue in here, couldn't I? That again will need cutting down, of course. Just putting it in for placement, really. That is the middle. Yeah, it works. And then I've got my coffee dyed one that's had a bit of stenciling added to it. So where could I put that? I might put it between, yeah, I could put it between the pinks, or in here. I feel like I haven't got much at the front. I know I have. I've got the avocado dyed one there. Okay, alright, I'll put this one in here, because I've still got the other piece to put in as well. So that's kind of a bit of a start. Yeah, it's going to all need cutting down and tidying up, but I think we've made a progress. I really wanted to get started on this journal, because I've been making things for it for ages and thinking about it. And I did, if you remember, I did the smaller version using the same 2 kits but different pages than I think I've used here, to work on at my retreat, and I've still got that waiting to be finished as well. But this was always what I wanted to do on camera, was a full-size version. So I'm just wondering about cutting this down. How's that size-wise? Well, that'll be okay. I may have to cut down the bigger paper. So I will just mark this and cut it to size, and then we'll find something to hinge it. There's my trimmer. Okay, and does this need, I think it's all, I think this will need a bit of trimming, but I think I might do that after I've hinged it. Oh no, I don't want to get rid of that, that's a nice little piece. So should I hinge it like that? Yes, perhaps I'll do it that way around. Although I'm going to, because I've got a slightly little kind of rough edge, which I think I might want to put on the outside and have this. Is that upside down now? It's really hard to tell with these things which is the right way up. I'm not sure it matters too much, so I might just do that anyway. And what can we hinge it with? I think I might use this piece of ephemera actually, just a strip. Right, it's quite feels quite sturdy paper, so I'll just cut it to size. Don't know if I want to use all of this. It might be a bit too wide. I might just trim it down a bit. Get that straight. I might trim it. How much do I need? Okay. I'm trying to work out where because I'd like this to show if I can. So maybe I'll put it like that. And like that. Yeah, so we'll fold it this way. same, yeah. And then put some glue on. Oh. Okay. It's a bit close to the fold. That's it. And then the other piece, it's going to go like that. How's that going to look? That's going to look alright. Oh, I'm going to lose a little boy. That's a blow. Maybe. I should have done it the other way around, shouldn't I? So that it was hinged on this side. But then, if I've got to trim any off, which I probably will, I've lost it anyway. Okay, so we'll try. See how much I can get away with. I might just try not to get it, cover up the little boy completely. We'll see. And then I'll have to trim it down the other side, won't I? I'll pull it out a little bit like that. Line it up with my other paper. Hang on, let's line that up there. Make sure that is the straight line. Oh yeah, we've just about got the little boy posting his little card. I just think he's cute. I'd like to keep him there. And then we'll have to trim off some of this. And I think I'm going to cut this paper down, because obviously I've made the what do you call it, Florentine paper a little bit short now. So I'll just cut that all off so it's the same height. Just check the height against the journal. Yeah, it needs to be cut down. Oh, sorry, did I just knock? I'm sorry, I just banged the camera with my arm. Am I still aligned? Yep, we're still there. Sorry about that. So, okay. Now we have this piece, and oh right, that's going to open out there, and now it needs something along here because this is a bit gluey, so I want to put something on that join. Well, I could actually put this piece that I cut off, maybe go there. No, could do. Why not? Then I might put something more decorative on there afterwards. But as it's just here, will that be okay? Yeah. So it should be alright, it's not impeding my join, my fold. And I just need to snip off this bit at the top because it was a little bit taller when I first cut it. This looks like it's coming apart. Like it's not, there's a bit of gluing missing. Alright, so now we've got to put that in the journal. So where can we put it? I'm going to have to cut this blue down, it's going to annoy me. Okay, so where do we feel like it could do with a little something to cheer it up? Could go quite early on in here. Could go there, that's quite nice. How does it look on the other side? Yeah, that'll be alright. Right. So how's about we cut this down? And then we'll see what we do with some of the sticking out bits. I won't cut all of it. I might. How many pieces I've got? It feels really thick. Oh, it's because I've got the piece on the inside. I thought it felt a bit thick. Okay. And I'm going to fold one of them in. Make a good old side tuck. And that's gone right in like that. And then this one, I will maybe fold it the other way, but not as far. Make it not as big. And then that could have something attached to it, couldn't it? Hang on, let's just fold it on a flat surface. Whoops. So, hang on, let's get this round the right way. Try and fold it flat. Okay, that's going to be good like that. Nope, it's upside down. And that's that one. And the other one we know needs some trimming is the Italian book page. So where did that go? That's here. And need to do a bit of that top and bottom, I think. Why is this not laying flat? And this is getting quite thick now, so I may still decide to split it and make it into two signatures, just so it's not too bulky in one spot, but I don't know yet. So I'm just going to trim it a bit top and bottom. to make it fit. And I'm going to trim the sides as well. Or am I? Or am I? Actually, this one, I think this is already, this is wider, so I'm going to fold that one in and glue it, I think, to reinforce it. The other one was already short, and I think I'm going to put something down the middle here. I think that's what I want to do. What's this? I don't want that. So let's just glue this edge down. Make that a bit stronger. And let's see what we can put. I'm wondering, I've got some of this surgical tape, which is almost invisible. Maybe on something like this it'd be better to be not too obvious. So I might put something colourful on the outside. Let's just, whoop, don't do that. How sticky is it? It's going to need extra glue, I think. But I quite like the way this stuff disappears when people use it. So when I was having a clear out of our medicine cupboard, I found I had a roll of this. I thought, well, I might use that. Right. That's the middle. There it is. Almost blends completely into the background. That's really good. And then I think I will put something else on the other side. Something perhaps a little bit more colourful. What can we have? Have this one. That would go quite well with everything, wouldn't it? Or yeah, I think that goes quite well with the colours in the kit. So I'm going to use this. People do. Here's one of these. Okay, so now we have even see where the fold is. There it is. That should be a better fit. Make sure that's lined up. Okay. That goes in here. And we'll put this one around it, around there. So let's see how this is going to look. This is now really, really fat. Yeah, it is. Right, so I've trimmed this piece off as much as I care to. I do like those two together because it's got the roses on here and the roses on here. But I do think that I still got an awful lot of sticking out because look, it sort of travels across. And it's not going to be easy to trim everything off to line it all up, I don't think. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to try and split this into 2 signatures, I think. And it will give me the option to add a couple more pages. And then we'll see how it fits in the cover. So I'll do that off camera before next time. And trim any other pages that I feel need to be trimmed once I've done that. Add any more in, so we could probably then use our piece of vintage ephemera and our other piece of straw paper maybe, and see what else I can find in my stash to just make it more interesting. I think a doily would look good in here. So we'll see. But at least we've got a starting point. We've got something to work from now, and I'm really pleased. I've been wanting to get started on this. I just didn't know when to fit it in, but I think Friday would be a good day for me to do it now, on the Fridays, because we'll still be making things for this journal, and I may pop in and just do an ephemera making video for the other journal, or for a future journal. Who knows? There's other options. I've got another another one that I'm just putting together that I might be starting on in the future. Who knows when? Because I reckon by the time I have worked through this one and the Owls and Fairies journal, we'll be getting into autumn, and I might want to do an autumn journal, and by the time I've done that we could be looking at Christmas. Who knows? So any other journals that I might be thinking of doing, that I might already be gathering pieces for, may end up being done next year, which is kind of what happened with this one really. I started buying bits of this for this, or no, it was earlier this year, that's right, because it was a part of a collaboration, that's right, much earlier this year, sort of March, April time, this was released. So there we are. It always takes me a while to get started, but now we're there, we'll keep moving forward. And I hope you'll come with me, and we'll make this really pretty, lacy, and a yummy journal, I hope. And I'll see you soon. Bye for now.